March 24th, 2021. Reading for today, Judges 16 through 18. Hopefully I get that right. Okay, Samson is just a two-bit whore. I mean, he's just absolutely disgusting. It says here, 16 verse 1, Once Samson went to Gaza where he saw a harlot and visited her. Let's see. Informed that Samson had come there, the men of Gaza surrounded him to ambush him. I don't know what the people of Gaza had against him, but whatever. And they said, we're going to wait here by the city gates and kill him in the morning. Well, Samson went there, was rested till midnight. They said he rose, seized the doors of the city and the gate and the two gate posts and tore them loose, bar and all. He hoisted them all on his shoulders and carried them to the ridge opposite Hebron. Whatever. This just sounds like superhero crap. I mean, like if we did this, if somebody told this that today, they'd say, that's just nonsense to entertain children. I think really that's all it was originally written for, to entertain children. Now here's Samson and Delilah, another story that makes absolutely zero sense. The two-bit whore Samson, who's a total slut, finds another woman. Now remember, he deserted his first wife, then got mad because he couldn't come back and rape her later when he decided he wanted to. Then he had sex with, he whored around with somebody who, charges for sex. Then now he says he fell in love with a woman named Delilah. And the Philistines, remember the Philistines, I can't remember, they were mad at him for something. I guess they had that back and forth and about him bailing on his wife and then coming back and wanting to rape her, whatever. So they had that back and forth where they killed the wife and whatever, and then he got mad about that or whatever. So anyways, the Philistines came to Delilah and says, find out the secret of his great strength. So Delilah said, Delilah asked him, what's the secret? And he lies to her. He does it 3 times. Okay, he lies to her and he says, bind me with 7 fresh bowstrings, whatever that is, which have not dried. I shall be as weak as any other man. He falls asleep. Delilah, the Philistines. She called to the Philistines, and the Philistines tied him up with bowstrings. How? He's sleeping. He was well, I don't know if he says she had men lying in wait in the chambers. So the lords of the Philistines brought her 7 fresh bowstrings which had not dried, and she bound him with them. Okay, now in the King James Version, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive because I just listened to it. This is a New American Bible I'm reading right now. I'm almost positive they said he was sleeping. They said, the Bible said he was sleeping when she did this. And if he wasn't sleeping, why did he let her do this? I'm thinking the New American Bible is trying to make more sense of it. Like they were just joking around, right? And she had men lying in wait in the chamber. And so she said, oh, the Philistines are punishing Samson, thinking that, he would not be able to get out of the being tied up. But he snapped the strings off as the thread of tow was severed by a whiff of flame, and the secret of his strength remained unknown. And then 2 more times this happens, where she asks, he lies to her. She says, or she does it, I'm sorry, my mind, I got sidetracked for a second. He says this is how you can do it. She does it. He breaks free of it. Okay, by this time, after the first time, he deserves to be killed. Okay, if he's still going to be, if he's going to, if he's playing this game, he knows she wants him dead or whatever, and he's still hanging around her, he deserves to die. And so, here's the last one. Finally, he tells her the fourth time. It's always 3. Stories are best when antagony comes in bits of 3. So 3 times he lied to her, and then on the 4th time he tells her the truth. He can't cut my hair. If he cut my hair, I become weak. So, okay. Let's see. When Delilah said I want to see what the New American Bible says, because the King James Version, I know for a fact, said he fell asleep when they did this. He had fallen asleep and then they did this. Let's see. Then she mistreated him. She had him sleep on her lap and called for a man who shaved off his 2nd locks of hair. How? How do you shave off somebody's hair without waking him up? So then he wakes up and they said 7 locks, which I don't understand. Well, his 7 locks of hair into the wet. I don't understand what 7 locks mean. Maybe it was like a Jewish thing where they had like a type of jerry curl or something, and there was 7 of them. But anyways, to an mystery for a second left when she said the Philistines are upon you. Okay, so they seized him. The Philistines were able to seize him. Then the Philistines put him in prison. And it says soon though his hair started to grow back. Now I got really long hair. Y'all might not know that, but I got really long hair, and hair does not grow that fast. Especially like back then when they didn't have as many, nutritional supplements as we have now, and a variety of food that provides your body with nutrition that helps your hair grow faster. It would take a very long time. And how long is long? How long is long? How long does his hair need to be before he gets his strength back anyways? You know what I'm saying? So anyways, they throw him in prison. His hair starts to grow back. He gets his strength back. They were having some type of feast or something. They call Salmon to, they want to make fun of Salmon. So Samson. So they have the jailer or whatever go and get the Samson. Samson says, "Can you put me between 2 pillars? And can you lean me up against a pillar so I could lean against it? Take some weight off my whatever." So the jailer, or whoever does, Samson takes one hand, puts on one pillar, another hand on another pillar. These pillars have to be awfully close for this to be. This part doesn't make sense either, because the pillars, how close are these pillars that he can do this? That doesn't even make sense architecturally, that you'd have pillars that close to where you put both hands on each pillar. They're that close. So anyways, I guess he pushes the pillars out and the whole roof caves in. Everybody dies, including Samson. And then it says they took his family and kinsmen went and took him for burial to his father's, to a different place. Okay, if a whole building falls on somebody, even now with the huge machinery, big machinery they got now, it would be virtually impossible to find one particular body. So I don't see how people did it back then. None of this story makes any sense whatsoever. Let's pretend a God exists and he gave him this strength and he was able to knock down this building. None of the rest of it makes any sense. Okay, so Micah the Levite, let's see. I don't know why this story was even in there, but apparently Micah stole some money from his mother. His mother was going to or no, stole some silver from his mother, and she was going to make what do you call it, an idol with it. And so Micah gave the money back to his mother. When his mother asked him about it, he says, oh, I took it, and so he gave the silver back to his mother. His mother was able to make this this idol. Now, remember, idols were forbidden by God. Supposedly idols were forbidden by God, right? But then anyway, so Micah, I guess, what is it? Micah moved, and I guess his mother died or whatever. Anyways, Micah, there was a Levite. In the King James Version, it said a young Levite was passing by, and Micah says, hey, what's up? And he says, I'm looking for a place to stay, and I'm traveling looking for a place to stay. Micah says, come stay with me, and you can be my priest, and I'll, give you 10 shekels of gold or whatever. Every year I'll give you clothing, and I'll give you food. And it's like, how do you make somebody a priest? How do you become, what does that even mean? Do just some young kid. But anyway, so he consecrates him as his priest. And what happened? Some tribe comes and ends up stealing because let me back up. Micah kept that idol in his house that his mom made. And the Danites, I guess it was the Danites. Yeah, the Danites stole the idol and, basically stole the priest. It doesn't say specifically in here, but by the wording that if that priest, the Levite, I don't know if they even gave the Levite a name. But anyways, if the Levite hadn't gone with them, then they made it pretty clear that they would have killed him. But anyway, so the Levite, or the Danites, Micah, later quickly learns that all this stuff was stolen, goes down, catches up with them and realizes that, they could overpower him. He had no power to take back his stuff. And so he leaves them alone. And then these Danites go on to genocide another town or two. I don't know the reason for this story. There seems no moral to it. I don't even know why this is in the Bible. Except to say men were just skanky whores and mass murderers back then. Okay, battery's almost dead. Gotta go. I'll put a link to the soap in here. There's soap. My friend makes these soaps. I think I've said this before, shown them before.